And I'm really happy to be here with Premier Dexter, Minister MacDonald, Mr. Prera, Way Mason, and everybody who's here. Everybody from the staff who still work at Bloomfield, to Imagine Bloomfield board members, to current tenants of this building, to neighbors. It's an exciting moment. I would do cartwheels if I wasn't wearing a dress. And I think I just want to start out saying that, first of all, this project is and has always been about relationships, and that will be important going forward. And for me, and I think the board in particular, there's board members here who've been on Imagine Bloomfield board since we were founded. It's a very good lesson in never giving up. Never give up, and if you don't give up, good things will come. And I think that that's what we've really learned from Bloomfield. So I'll give you a little bit of history of Imagine Bloomfield, and then some thoughts on where we're going to next. So we began informally in 2003 as a community effort involving both tenants of Bloomfield and neighbors to develop a community vision for the center, which had all of the elements already of an amazing multi-purpose space. I had just moved from New York City a few years before that, and Bloomfield was ahead of its time. It was diverse, economically, socially, people of different color and languages. I walked into it not knowing what was going on here, and it was absolutely magical. But we did know in 2003 that the status quo was not acceptable, and so much more could be done, and it had such potential. So we formed as a society in 2005, and we focused on a community-led visioning and development process, largely and eventually in process with HRM to develop a master plan, which I think is unique for any site in Nova Scotia. So suffice it to say, there's both considerable excitement and expectation about this project. And while the last decade has been lots of hard work and hours of community and member input into design charrettes, animation events, coffees, other public engagements, meetings, emails, we're fully aware that the real work is now upon us. And I think we enter into that with excitement and intrepidation at the same time. We are a volunteer organization, and so we put a lot of time into this. We're committed to a new way of developing in HRM and in Nova Scotia, where community input is at the heart of repurposing public space in particular, but the developments have a positive input and outcome when we stop having the usual conversations. We're excited about the partnership with Housing Nova Scotia. We've been looking for a housing partner for about 10 years, so it's exciting that Housing Nova Scotia has come along just at the right time. And particularly the partnership as the values of building community, accessibility, and creativity are all part of the new vision for how publicly supported housing happens. Our focus has always been on the multi-purpose space, not so much the housing, that includes nonprofits, community service organizations, arts, culture, recreation, outdoor areas as key aspect of the Bloomfield development to both increase the density of the neighborhood and create imaginative, sustainable, and collaborative facilities. Housing is extremely important in growing the amazing community we already have here on this site and in this community. I think, again, I'd like to give thanks to the tenacity, and that word has been used by others today, to the tenacity of Imagine Bloomfield supporters, past tenants, current tenants, neighbors, friends, potential future tenants. We've been incredibly supported by local politicians as well, HRM councillors and Maureen MacDonald, who's been with us and us with her since she was a tenant in this building, and members and board members who actually helped us get to this point. We wouldn't have got there without all of this support. So I'll leave it at that with a thank you, I think, to the organizers of this event. I think we're very excited that this is also the launch of Housing Nova Scotia, because it puts Bloomfield on the map already. And I guess an invitation to all those who have been involved in Imagine Bloomfield projects and processes over the years to re-engage, as we're about to embark on something very exciting, and we're going to need lots of help. So with that, thank you very much.